Did you know that Britain's most prolific paedophile was murdered in HMP Full Sutton in East Yorkshire in the most unimaginably torturous way? Trigger warning now, especially the last part of this story is very graphic. His name was Richard Huckle and he'd been sentenced to multiple life sentences for 71 charges against 23 children for R and SA. These 71 charges were just the ones they could prove. They are estimated to have been up to 200 children hurt by this predator. You see, after growing up in a middle-class family with a totally normal childhood and two loving parents who regularly took him to church, Richard then decided to take a gap year at age 19 and travel to Malaysia with a charity offering support to a very poor and vulnerable community. He ended up staying for years and he just appeared to be this young charitable man offering up his skills in English to help teach the community and worked as a missionary. However, he was taking children aside and grooming them before doing unimaginable things. He would upload over 20,000 images of children to the dark web where he connected with other sick monsters. He wrote this caption about a girl he repeatedly assaulted over the years, and if this doesn't make your blood boil, I don't know what will. Quote, "It's quite amazing to have stuck with the same child lover for so many years, and I hope from the images you've seen, you've enjoyed watching her grow. I'm sure I'll have plenty more S with her in the future." His youngest victim was just 6 months old. He used his Christian missionary disguise to worm his way into a very vulnerable community, and he even wrote a 60-page how-to book on how to get away with his actions, and he would share this with his evil friends on the dark web. Then, investigators who had been trying to track down the monster behind the dark web images finally had a breakthrough in the case and arrested Richard Huckle in 2016. His family was so disgusted with his actions, they told the police to take him away and decided to never, ever talk about him again. He was completely disowned. Graphic warning now. Richard Huckle had only been serving his prison sentence for a few years in Full Sutton when one day another inmate entered his cell, shutting the door behind him. Richard was about to endure over 80 minutes of absolute hell. The inmate, Paul Fitzgerald, had a plan that he was about to carry out. He brought a murder bag with him into the cell, full of restraints, a makeshift sharp weapon and items to gag Richard with. He then began to beat Richard, breaking his jaw before R-ing Richard brutally and then stabbing him before finally strangling him so hard that Paul damaged his own hands permanently. He did other things too, involving a spoon that I just can't talk about on this app. Richard was far beyond any help when officers walked in to find Mr. Fitzgerald straddling Richard's lifeless body. Fitzgerald later told the mental health doctors that he wanted to give Richard a taste of the horror, as Fitzgerald himself knew how that felt. He was later sentenced to 34 years in prison. Let me know if you want a deeper dive on Fitzgerald, and that's it for now, so make sure to interact with this video for more.